Hello, this is Jennifer, a meteorologist at the National Weather Service in Grand Forks, bringing you another edition of A Look Back. We are trying once a month to examine one historical weather event from eastern North Dakota or the northwest quarter of Minnesota. Last month's event was a historical winter and spring flood of 1896 to 1897. This month's choice is a historic blizzard of March 2nd to March 5th, 1966. The 50th anniversary of this blizzard occurred in 2016, and several media outlets did big stories on the event. Earlier this month, when a winter storm struck the area on the 4th and 5th, people remembered this event again. So let's take another look at it. In March 1966, the National Weather Service was located in Fargo at Hector International Airport. Does this photo bring back any memories? March 1966 started out with a couple of warm days, but then turned colder after the historic March 2nd to 5th blizzard. The graphic on the left shows a surface map from March 2nd, 1966. Basically, there was a Colorado low with a warm front extending out to the east-northeast. Highs for the day are shown in the lower right. It was a fairly mild day, especially at Sioux Falls, where it hit 50 degrees. However, snow began to fall across the southern half of North Dakota. By March 3rd, the low had moved into southeast South Dakota. Temperatures remained fairly mild across the eastern Dakotas and Minnesota, with high temperatures in the 30s to low 40s. Thunder was even reported at Minneapolis, Rochester, and Huron. Over the western Dakotas, highs only reached the teens to low 20s. Peak wind speeds, shown in the lower right, really picked up, especially from Williston to Rapid City. Snow spread northward to the Canadian border, except for north central and northwest North Dakota, which remained dry. As the surface low moved into southwest Minnesota on March 4th, a severe blizzard was underway. Strong north-northwest winds remained over the western Dakotas, but an overall lack of much snow there led to more blowing dirt issues. The strongest wind gusts occurred over the central Dakotas. By March 5th, the low had tracked into northeast Iowa, bringing the corridor of strongest winds to the eastern Dakotas and the western periphery of Minnesota. Major drifting occurred in these areas. Conditions improved quickly across the area on March 6th, with lighter winds and colder air building in behind the departing storm system. The coldest temperatures for the day are shown in the lower right. Considering that January cold stretches can bring temperatures of 30 to 40 below zero, even though some of these lows are sub-zero, it really wasn't that cold. So how much snow actually fell during those 4 days? This map attempts to show how much snow fell, but first and foremost, measuring snow during a blizzard is very hard to do, so take these values as rough estimates. The average for the area was about 19 inches. The Devil's Lake to Jamestown corridor picked up quite a bit more, as did the Park Rapids area. This next graphic can be a little busy, as it shows multiple parameters observed at Fargo during the 4-day event. Starting at the top, the blue numbers show the temperature at the selected intervals throughout the blizzard event. Again, it wasn't bone-chilling cold. The gray and black bars show sustained winds and wind gusts. The strongest wind gust of 48 miles an hour was observed on the afternoon of March 4th. There was a bit of a lull in the winds on March 3rd, which corresponds to slightly better visibilities, which are shown in the purple line on the bottom. Near zero visibilities were reported on either side of this slight lull, represented by the purple arrows. The main impacts from the blizzard are listed on this slide. These are very similar to the impacts caused by blizzards today. The lack of very cold temperatures is also noted here. The impacts to the transportation sector were severe. 3 transcontinental trains were trapped by snowdrifts. Basically, the only means of travel was by snowmobile. The snowdrifts were quite memorable. This is a photo of a highway department worker standing on the top of a snowdrift west of Jamestown, North Dakota. This next photo shows a snowed-in train near Linton, North Dakota. When blizzards occur in March, you know that temperatures can't stay cold forever. Most of the rest of March 1966 did turn warmer. The warm temperatures quickly cut into the fresh snow. This graph shows the daily snow depth at Fargo, North Dakota. The 15-inch depth after the blizzard was entirely gone by March 21st. This actually resulted in quite a bit of snowmelt flooding. I hope that was an interesting look back at one of the more memorable blizzards from the area. Thank you for listening.